Hey everyone, this is the Millionaire Hippies podcast with your host, Boom Shikha, where we chat about spirituality, business, and health. We all want to live self-actualizing, fulfilling lives with joy, prosperity, and gratitude. Let's go on this beautiful journey together.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another podcast in my series, The Millionaire Hippie. I am so grateful, first of all, the fact that you're taking the time to listen to my podcast, the fact that you're listening to my voice, my grains of wisdom. I really do appreciate that, and I know I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I'm so grateful. In today's podcast, I wanted to speak to you guys about believing in yourself, and I know this is a topic that has been talked about to death, but I wanted to provide my perspective on it. In the fact that for the longest time, I had a really hard time believing in my story, my talents, my abilities, my contribution to this world. And I know that every single person on this planet can contribute to this world in an amazing manner. I mean, everyone has the capacity to change this world in their own little way, in their own way, whatever it might be. It doesn't necessarily have to be changing the world in a major way. As long as you can affect one person with your word, if you can change one life with your actions, I think that is more than enough. That is more than what a lot of people are doing on this planet. So that is not the point. The amount of change that you make isn't the point. The fact that you try and you believe that you can make that change is the issue. See, the problem is that most of us are like, well, we're too insignificant. What I do is not going to matter anyways. And so we do nothing. And we don't believe that we can make a difference. Why does it make a difference how much of a difference you make? You see what I'm saying? Even if you can change one life with your actions, wouldn't that be worth it? If you can pull one person from the dregs of their life and move them into success, or if you can make one more person happier today, if you can do one little thing today that changes the world in a small manner, wouldn't that be worth it? And so for the longest time, I didn't believe that I had the capacity for change. I didn't have the capacity to change anyone's life. I didn't believe in my own story. I didn't believe that I was capable or had any talent of any sort. And so I always used to believe that, I was ineffectual, I was useless, and I was a burden on the society. I didn't believe that I was contributing in any positive manner. I didn't believe I was worthy of the space that I occupied on this planet. I know, really harsh stuff. And you know how we can be harshest towards ourselves. I would never say this to anyone else on this planet, ever. But to myself, I believe these stories in a way, long time ago. I mean, I do not believe those things right now. I know my worth right now. I know I can change this world. I know I'm doing and contributing in a manner that does change the world every single day. But in the past, a long time ago, I did believe that. And I want to assure you that you are worth it. Even if you don't believe it right now, and I didn't for the longest time, every single person on this planet has something to contribute. Every single person has a talent, a unique ability that will change the world as long as they recognize themselves. The problem, again, is that we don't recognize ourselves. We see the beauty in everyone else. We see the talent in everyone else. We see their joyful, happy, effervescence energies. We see all that in everyone else. But we don't see that in ourselves. We don't see the joy that we bring to people. We don't see the beauty that we truly have on the inside and out. We don't see ourselves as we're meant to see ourselves. We don't see ourselves as others see us. And so when people would tell me they loved the way I wrote, they loved my words, they loved my videos, they loved the things I'm doing, they loved the contributions I'm making, the value I'm providing, etc. At first, I would have a really hard time hearing it because I believe that maybe they were lying to me. Maybe they were just trying to be nice. Maybe they thought that, they had to say these things because they're being polite. And so for the longest time, I didn't believe it. And I didn't believe myself. And I had to switch that mindset. And I'm not going to tell you that it was easy. I'm not going to tell you that it didn't take months. I'm not going to tell you that it just happens overnight. But it does happen. And one of the main things that I use in order to boost myself, in order to feel better about myself, in order to realize my value on this planet is meditation, journaling, and yoga. And so meditation is definitely the key. I've spoken about this before. The way meditation helps you realize your own value is that it just removes all of that fluff from everything that you do. Because you're able to see things so clearly in front of you, exactly as it is. You're able to see yourself so clearly, exactly as you are. The amount of love that is inside of you for yourself and for this whole world and every person in it, every species in it, everything in it increases exponentially. The amount of love that I have in my heart every single moment of my days now is just 1,000% higher than I had, a few years ago, a few months back. I just grow. This love grows every single day, and I just feel my heart just pumping with so much love just for myself, and not only for myself, but for everyone around me. And so meditation helps you increase your level of self-love. You realize, yes, I'm imperfect. I am not perfect at all in any shape or form. But that is what makes me perfect, is what makes me lovable, is because I am an imperfect human being trying to do the best on this planet that I can. It's important that you realize this fact that you are imperfect, but you are still lovable. You don't need to achieve something in order to become lovable. You don't need to achieve something in order to be worthy. You're worthy and lovable as you are right in this very moment. Journaling is something that I totally recommend as well, is because, there's so much stuff inside of us that is so false. We have all these judgments that we made about ourselves, and we have these boxes that we put ourselves into. We think, okay, I am not good at languages. I am not good at talking to people. I am not good at cooking. I am not good at physical activities. We have all of these things that we tell ourselves on a daily basis, and we think it's true. But it is not. And I want you to realize that fact, that a lot of these things might have been true at one point in time, or they were just told to you by some other person who was ignorant about your talents. And in this moment in time, right now, they might or might not be true, and you're only going to find that out once you get all of this BS that you have stored inside of you out onto paper. As soon as you put all that stuff onto paper, all of a sudden you start seeing connections. You start seeing all of these interactions between all the things that you've written down, and you realize, oh, I used to think this because my father said that I'm not good at painting 10 years ago. But a lot of other people are telling me that I'm amazing at painting. So who am I going to believe? The people who say that right now, or something that I believed 10 years ago, or was said something 10 years ago? And all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, I am amazing at painting. It was just my father's misguided intentions that caused me to believe that I'm not good, but I truly am. And all of a sudden you realize that this thing that you had held inside of you, that I'm not good at painting, has been bashed to the ground. You are no longer going to believe in that nonsense because it's not true. And the final thing that I totally recommend is yoga. Yoga doesn't only just improve your mind-body connection, but it just improves your general sense of well-being. I love my body the way it is. I mean, I have moments, obviously, where I'm like, I wish my belly was a little bit tinier. Or I wish my thighs were a little bit smaller, etc., etc. I mean, that happens on a daily basis, or a weekly basis, or a monthly basis, whatever it might be. But in general, when I look at my body, when people look at my body, when I think about my body, I feel good about it. I feel good about myself. I am imperfect, but I'm still lovable as I am in this moment right now. I don't need to change. I don't need to become a new person. I don't need to become anything different. I am as I am, and I'm perfect as I am, and I'm worthy as I am. And that is what I tell myself daily. Imperfection doesn't mean that you cannot love yourself. Imperfection doesn't mean that other people cannot love yourself or love you. And imperfection doesn't mean that you cannot help people with their talents and abilities. No one on this planet is perfect, and they're still able to help people. All the successful people on this planet, do you think that they're perfect in every shape or form? I don't believe that is a possibility. There is no way. but they're still helping people out. They're still making a difference, even despite their imperfections. So why can't I do the same thing? And why can't I realize that even in my imperfection, I am going to change this world. I'm going to make this world a better place, because that is what I'm going to be doing on this planet. And that is what I'm here for, to make the world a better place with my unique talents and abilities. I hope that this podcast helped you. Again, my name is Boom Shikha, and I implore you to join my free Facebook group, The Millionaire Hippie. If not, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have an amazing week.